very dear subject to you is the HR 3000. It's Empowering Patients First Act, and I'm sure you can give us the details as to what even brought it up for authoring on your part.
Sure.
But you know, everybody's looking to the GOP for some answer. They're looking for, okay, look, if we don't like health care reform the way it is now, what is our option? And this one sounds like a good one.
Well, this was H.R. 3400 in the 111th Congress when the President's law was moving through, and H.R. 3000 in the 112th. It'll have another number in the 113th. But this was our response, basically as physicians, but not all. We had about 25 individuals that worked on this during 2009 and 2010. Our response to the President's proposal, because he felt his law, in essence, puts Washington in charge. We don't believe that's the entity that ought to be in charge of health care. We think that we need to move in a patient-centered direction, which, as I mentioned, was patients and families and doctors making medical decisions. So H.R. 3000 is the bill that we proposed. It does a lot of things, but three big ones. One, it would get everybody covered, not with the government forcing people to buy insurance, but with providing financial feasibility for everybody to purchase insurance that they want through the tax code, deductions, credits, and advanceable credits, and refundable advanceable credits, so that every single American has the financial feasibility to purchase health coverage. Secondly, you got to solve some of the insurance challenges. There are huge challenges out there. The two main ones are portability and preexisting. You ought not lose your insurance if you change your job or you lose your job. That's a relatively simple one to solve, just by allowing individuals to own their health coverage, regardless of who's paying for it. So it goes with you like a 401k plan. If you change your job, you lose your job, you just take it with you. And then the other one is pre-existing illnesses. You ought not be priced out of the market if you have an awful diagnosis or an awful injury. That's a terrible burden for many people. But it's only the folks who are exposed to that risk are only about 18 million people, because Medicare people aren't, Medicaid people aren't, ERISA, self-insured folks aren't. So it's the 18 million folks who get their health coverage through the individual and small group market. Those folks, the way to solve that without putting Washington in charge is to make them look like everybody else. Let them pool together across state lines, millions of Americans pooling together, so you get the purchasing power of millions. And then one person's health status, adverse health status, doesn't significantly increase the cost of premiums.